CBC News has learned there are no plans to further investigate the case of a mother who killed her 3-month-old baby. Winter Acorn died last March. Nicola MacLeod has been the reporter on this story and joins me now. And a warning first, this story references child abuse. So, Nicola, who would normally investigate a death like baby Winter's?
So, Louise, the P.E.I. coroner's office has called inquests in the past when children have been killed by their parents. That's happened at least twice in the last dozen or so years. So as Winter's mother, Cassie Acorn, was sentenced earlier this week, I asked the P.E.I. coroner's office, is there a plan to call an inquest into the death of Winter Acorn? But that office says they currently do not have plans to do so and actually believe that the authority to do that rests with officials in Nova Scotia because technically the infant did die there. So in a statement, the coroner's office said, since the death occurred out of province, the primary investigative authority would be the Nova Scotia Medical Examiner Service, and any further inquiries following the investigation would be in their jurisdiction. Now, that office did say that it does have secondary investigatory abilities if it was determined that the circumstances leading to that death were here on Prince Edward Island. And just to be clear, Louise, Winter Acorn was born here on Prince Edward Island, lived her short life here on Prince Edward Island, sustained those life-ending injuries in P.E.I, and was only airlifted to the IWK after entering the medical system at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, which again, here in Prince Edward Island.
So, Nicola, will Nova Scotia officials take this on? Will they investigate?
So no, the officials in Nova Scotia say they have no plans to call an inquiry or to further investigate this situation. So I did circle back with the P.E.I. coroner's office to see if that changes things, and they said no, they still believe the authority to investigate rests with Nova Scotia.
Is there anyone else or any other body on P.E.I. who may take this on?
So I did reach out to the Department of Social Development and Seniors. Now, throughout the legal proceedings, we did hear that there were social services and a caseworker interacting with the family. It said that the department can't go into specifics. So I also reached out to the Office of the Child and Youth Advocate. Now, that office does have the power to be able to call investigations, but they are still reviewing the case and haven't decided if they will call one yet. Now, about 3.5 years ago, that office did call an investigation into a different case, but so far, none of the results of that investigation have been released.
All right. Thank you so much for this, Nicola. That's Nicola MacLeod reporting.